1.7, promotions. Another thing that I would really like for you to take out of this course is to be not taken by stores that are promoting things like no taxes or do not pay for 6 months, because there is always going to be a catch to this kind of promotion. Most promotions have an administration fee, which is a fee to allow you to use the promotion. So I did a little bit of Googling, and I found the Brick. Now the Brick has a few options for financing the things that you buy there. So that's like a furniture store, furniture and appliances store. You can get this credit card, which I am pretty sure the percent on this, the interest rate is 21.5. So keep that in mind. The other thing though is they have, so this is just going here, take till 2021 to pay with no taxes, excluding Quebec. Sorry, Quebec. There are 28 equal payments with no interest. However, hold the phone here. The administration fee is $149.95. And it says that a minimum of $250 purchases is required. So say I bought something for $275. Okay, I want to figure out what percent that administration fee is of the $250. So I would go, let me just see both of these. So I go 149. Sorry, I'm going to clear this. 149.95 divided by 250 equals, and I'm going to hit times 100. So this is the percentage that you get charged, essentially get charged interest for being a part of this. Do not pay, take until 2021 to pay. So even though it looks like there's no interest rate, there is, because there's that really big administration fee. And look at this. If during the promotional, it says if it's not, if the minimum payment on the account during the promotional period is not made, so if you don't pay it off, the annual interest rate is going to be 24.9 or 19.9 in Quebec. So if you don't pay the whole thing off, you are actually paying quite a bit more. So you'd be paying that, 60% essentially, plus the 24.9%. So I hope that you're seeing that these things, these promotional sort of payment plans, even though they sound like they're great, there's always a catch. So with this kind of a question, every single question, kind of like the credit card questions, they're all a little different. So let's talk about the steps. Now, this is kind of like showing you all the different things that I could ask. So I could ask you, determine the cash sell price. This is one type of question. I can ask to determine the administration fee. Sometimes, like in the case of the Brick, it said the administration fee right away, but sometimes we need to calculate it. Determine what the installment price is. That's another type of question. Determine the finance charge, which is essentially the interest that you pay, and determine the percent that the finance charge is of the cash price. So, kind of like what I did with the 60% here. I find that that's really helpful, because if we kind of have a baseline, we kind of know what most credit cards are. We're going to see that in general, it's pretty expensive to pay no interest. Love it. Okay, so to determine the cash sell price or sale price, that's just the price plus taxes. So certain purchases only charge one or the other. So just as a reminder, GST is 5% and PST is 8%. If you want to find GST and PST, just multiply the whole cash price by 1.13. This is always going to get you your total plus both taxes. So if you're just looking for GST, you go 1.0, you multiply it by 1.05. If you're just looking for PST, you go 1.08. But if you're just, this is going to be the total plus the GST, and this is going to be the total plus the PST. Sometimes some questions just ask you what the taxes are, then you wouldn't worry about that multiplying by the 1. But keep this one in mind. Okay, so if you're looking for the total price with both taxes included, you just multiply the thing by 1.13. Determine the administration fee. So this is going to vary from promotion to promotion. We'll kind of, the terms and all the questions will be very clear, so you can figure that out. Determine the installment price, so that's the down payment plus the total of all installments. Determine the finance charge, which is just the installment price or the other promotional price minus the cash price. And determine the percent that the finance charge is of the cash price. Okay, so if you have the finance charge and you divide it by the cash price and you multiply that by 100, and don't forget your little percentage there. Okay? So, example 1, and there is only one example. Patrick buys a dirt bike for $14.50. He does not have that much. Oh. He is offered an installment plan, $500 down and $125 per month for 11 months. So first things first, calculate the cash selling price for the dirt bike. B, calculate the installment price for the dirt bike. C, calculate the finance charge. And D, calculate the ratio of the installment price to the cash price. So basically, that's just another way of saying the percent that the installment, that the finance charge is to the cash price. We'll get to it. So A, calculate the selling price for his dirt bike. Since it doesn't say anything about GST or PST, we're just going to assume both. So we go $14.50 times 1.13. 1450 times 1.13. That equals 1,638.50. Now I'm not just going to keep the 5 here like that, because in Canadian money we keep it to 2 decimal places. Alright, so B, calculate the installment price. Well, it looks like we have $500 down, so that's required no matter what. So 500 plus $125 a month for 11 months. So I would go 125 times 11. I can just plunk this into my calculator just as is. So 500 plus 125 times 11 equals 1875. No decimal place there. 1,875. So the finance charge is just going to be the bigger number, which is always going to be the installment price minus the cash price. So it's going to be 1875 minus 1638.50. So I have my 1875 and I have 1638.50. I get 236.50. Now, as for the ratio or the percentage, I'm going to take that that finance charge. So I go 236.50 divided by the cash price. This kind of gives us what our percentage rate is. I'm multiplying by 100. So I get 236.50 divided by 1638.50 equals, multiply it by 100, and I get 14.43. 14.43%. So that means that if your credit card, say, is more than 14.43% on your as the annual interest rate, this might be a better option for you. Okay. However, if you have, say, something like a line of credit that has a percentage, a loan, like an interest rate of, say, something like 7.6, which is what mine is right now, I would rather just borrow the money from my line of credit, borrow the money from myself to buy that bike if I were Patrick. So this right here, this number right here, kind of gives you an informed, it can help you make an informed decision, because it tells you kind of what the interest rate of that installment plan is. Okay, so try those questions on your own, and if you run into any problems, just come and find an educator in the room.